Imagine a creator,
Hmm.
um, someone whose entire universe didn't start with some huge chaotic bang, but actually with something much quieter, a gentle smile.
A smile, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a powerful image.
It really is. And that simple act, full of light, is what ignited everything from the void.
Hmm.
So today we're doing a deep dive into Maa Kushmanda. She's the fourth form of goddess Durga. Our goal here is to really understand the amazing creation story around her, how she's seen as the source of all cosmic light, and maybe most importantly for our listeners, figure out the spiritual logic. Why her? Why day 4 of Navratri? It's not just a date on the calendar, right? There's a deeper, maybe even psychological step involved.
Absolutely. The sequence is deeply meaningful.
Let's start with her name, Kushmanda. There's apparently a lot packed in there.
Oh, definitely. It breaks down quite beautifully. Ku means little.
Little. Okay.
Kushma means warmth or energy, like a concentrated heat.
Uh-huh.
And Anda means cosmic egg.
So the little warm cosmic egg?
Exactly. She is the little warm cosmic egg. And that name itself, it just sets this tone, doesn't it? Powerful, yes, but also gentle creation, not destructive force.
Yeah, it really does. So tell us about that origin story. How does the little warm cosmic egg, well, create everything?
Well, the traditional accounts are quite clear. Before her, there was just nothingness,
Yeah.
an absolute void, darkness everywhere. And the sources really emphasize this. When it was just darkness, she didn't show up with, a thunderclap or a weapon.
Oh, big entrance.
No, she generated the entire universe, the Brahmanda, simply by laughing. And through her own inner light, her willpower.
Just by laughing. That's incredible.
It is. And what's so fascinating is how this presents creation itself. It's shown as an act of pure joy, absolute positivity. She didn't fight the darkness. She just showed
Yeah.
her own existence. Her glow illuminated everything.
That really flips the script on how we usually think about power or creation.
It does. We're taught here that all life, all light, it springs from this inherent benevolence, this inner radiance, not from chaos, not from suffering.
It makes you think. If the whole cosmos can start with a smile, what about the things we try to create in our own lives? That power of positivity.
Exactly. Imagine applying that principle.
It's a powerful thought. So, if she's this original source of light, the one who started it all, where does she fit in now? Where does she reside, cosmically speaking?
Well, her role didn't end with creation. That's what's deeply insightful. She's believed to be right there at the very core of the sun, of Surya.
Inside the sun.
Yes. The sources identify her divine energy, her Shakti, as the actual power source, what gives the sun its heat, its light, its ability to sustain life everywhere.
Wow, so without her...
Without her energy, the idea is the sun would just be dark, inert. And her form itself, descriptions say, it glows with this brilliance that lights up all 10 directions. It reinforces this idea that her light isn't just in the sun, it's pervasive, everywhere, maintaining the balance of life.
She's the cosmic battery, in a way, keeping everything going.
You could say that. She's the energy source, keeping everything warm, alive, moving.
Okay, so if her energy is this boundless thing that lights up the whole universe and drives out darkness on that massive scale, what does that mean for us? Like on a Tuesday morning when things feel a bit bleak? What are we really doing when we seek her blessings? What are we trying to tap into?
We're essentially looking for resilience, for that profound internal energy source. When people seek her blessings, they're looking for, well, an antidote to gloom, pessimism, maybe illness, that feeling of inertia.
The inner darkness.
Exactly. Because she is the sustainer of that cosmic light, asking for her help means asking for an increase in your own personal vitality, your own inner energy, your willpower, enough energy to drive out that metaphorical darkness, despair, ignorance, fear. It's about building up your own inner light so strong that nothing, internal or external, can really dim your path.
Like flipping a switch inside.
Very much so. Like turning on a bright light in a dusty, dark corner of your own mind.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, now let's get into the sequence. Navratri is this journey, right? A very specific progression. Her placement on day 4 feels really important. Why does she come after day 3? After Maa Chandraganta, who's quite fierce.
The warrior aspect.
Right. So to understand day 4, we probably need a quick recap of the first 3, just briefly.
Good idea. It sets the stage.
Day 1, that's Maa Shalputri. She's about the foundation, right? The root chakra, Muladhara. Getting grounded, finding stability.
Yes, the starting point.
Yeah.
Strength to begin.
Then day 2, Maa Brahmacharini. That's about discipline, purity, focus. Opening the sacral chakra, Svadhisthana.
Rigorous self-control, yes. Penance and devotion, preparing the self.
Okay, and that preparation leads straight to day 3. Maa Chandraganta.
Correct. Associated with the solar plexus Manipura. This is where action and courage really come in. She's the one who confronts and eliminates the obstacles. External evil, yes, but also internal things, fear, doubt, that feeling of being stuck. She's the warrior clearing the path with righteous fury.
I mean, it clears the path, and that's where it gets really interesting for me. Why Kushmanda follows right after the warrior clears the path, it feels like. First, you have to actively deal with the negativity, the things holding you back, which is day 3.
Mm-hmm. Confrontation.
And only then, once that space is cleared, can you really manifest light, joy, creativity, the energy of day 4.
Precisely. You've nailed the logic. You have to clear the spiritual battlefield, so to speak.
Yeah?
Then you're ready to engage with this higher, creative, universal energy.
So the sequence is stability, purification, clearing obstacles, then creation and light.
Exactly. The journey takes the seeker from the foundation, through purifying the self, through asserting protection and strength. And then once those hurdles are overcome, there's this crucial shift from the intense, sometimes aggressive energy of those lower chakras up into the gentle, life-giving energy of the heart, the Anahata chakra.
What about the heart chakra?
The darkness has been dealt with. Now, the inner sun, you could say, can really begin to shine, and that mirrors Kushmanda's cosmic role perfectly.
It's a move from fighting to nurturing.
From conquering to nurturing. Nurturing yourself and the world. That's the transition.
And her image, her iconography, must reflect this transition too, right? She's called Ashtapuja Devi, the 8-armed goddess. That sounds complex.
It is complex and beautifully symbolic. When you look at her form, you see this incredible blend of power and nurturing happening simultaneously.
Okay, but wait. If she's all about benevolence, the gentle smile, the heart chakra, how does that square with holding weapons? I mean, sources mention a mace, gada, a chakra, destructive things, and riding a lioness. That seems pretty fierce, not exactly gentle.
Ah, you've hit on the core paradox. And that paradox holds the deepest teaching. Look closely at what she holds. Yes, there are weapons signifying strength. The bow and arrow that requires focused direction, the mace and chakra, they represent the authority to dismantle ignorance or negativity.
Okay.
But they are immediately balanced by the other items. She holds a lotus, symbolizing purity, and crucially, the Amrit Kalash.
The jar of nectar, immortality, sustenance.
Exactly. So the weapons are there alongside the symbols of life and purity. The teaching is profound. True power isn't cruel. You need the strength represented by the lioness, the weapons, to be utterly fearless. But it's that very fearlessness that allows you to choose compassion, to choose benevolence, the smile, the nectar.
So the strength isn't for aggression, it's the foundation for kindness. It lets the kindness be real, not just weakness.
Precisely. Strength enables authentic kindness. You can't be truly gentle if you're operating from fear.
That makes sense.
And this focus on balanced strength, on fearless compassion, is exactly why she governs the heart chakra, Anahata. Her domain is love, empathy, compassion. So her worship is considered particularly helpful for anyone dealing with emotional turmoil, anxiety, deep-seated fears, depression, even regret, because the practice aims at that inner alchemy, transforming the distress right there in the heart center.
Transforming it with that inner light we talked about earlier. How does that work in like a meditation practice?
Well, the devotional practice often involves focusing deeply on your heart center, and then visualizing Maa Kushmanda's light, typically a warm golden light completely filling your chest cavity.
So you actively imagine the light.
Yes, it's an active visualization. You're consciously working to cultivate empathy, joy, warmth from within. Using that imagined light, that warmth, to dissolve the knots of fear or emotional coldness or blockages.
Changing your inner emotional landscape.
Exactly. Consciously changing the internal chemistry of your feelings, using her energy as the catalyst.
Okay, this is bringing it down to a very practical level. Let's really distill this. We have the cosmic power, the spiritual sequence. What are the core human values we can take away from all this? For our daily lives, the non-cosmic ones.
Right. The takeaways. I think the first, maybe most fundamental, is the power of warmth and nurturing. Her name itself, Ushma, that little concentrated warmth. It's a constant reminder that in a world that can feel cold or harsh, simple kindness, emotional warmth, it's incredibly powerful. It heals, it uplifts, it creates an environment where good things can grow, just like her energy sustains the sun.
So be the warmth you want to see.
In a way, yes. And connected to that is generosity and humility. There's a specific detail in her mythology. She readily accepts a simple white pumpkin, the Kushmanda vegetable, as an offering.
Right, the namesake.
It teaches that the sincerity, the intention behind giving, matters far more than the price tag or how grand it looks. It's a call to nourish others selflessly, genuinely, no matter how small the offering might seem.
That's so important, being genuine in giving. And that idea of genuine positive energy flows right into the big one, creation through joy. She created the universe with a smile. That's the lesson, isn't it? Creativity, positive change, innovation. They are most potent, most effective when they come from a place of happiness, of optimism, not just grinding effort or feeling obligated.
Absolutely.
If you approach your work, your relationships, whatever you're building, with that inherent joy, that's the energy that sparks real, lasting creation in your own sphere.
That positive energy becomes the engine.
Yeah. And finally, maybe the most empowering one, the inspiration to bring light to darkness. Just like she lit up the void, her story is this constant inspiration for us to actively light up our own inner darkness. That means consciously replacing fear with confidence, tackling ignorance with knowledge, pushing back against despair with deliberate positivity. Even when things feel incredibly tough personally, her story offers this ultimate hope. A conscious choice, a burst of inner light, can overcome what feels like overwhelming gloom.
It really is a complete roadmap for inner alchemy, isn't it?
It feels like it.
Transforming that coldness of fear into the warmth of confidence, turning the isolation of ignorance into the connection that comes with compassion. It's truly the journey from the root, the foundation, all the way up to the heart.
From stability to compassionate action.
And that ultimate lesson, from the goddess of the little warm cosmic egg, it circles right back to the power of small things, small positive actions. Her story teaches that even the tiniest act, a genuine smile given freely, a little warmth shared with someone, even just a quiet moment of positive focus for yourself, these can generate ripple effects. Cosmic results maybe in your own life and the lives around you.
So the provocation for everyone listening is, what cosmic creation can you spark today? You don't need some massive, dramatic explosion of effort. Maybe just approach whatever is next, your next task, your next conversation, with a little more focused joy, a little more warmth. Start simply. A smile, a generous heart. You honestly never know what incredible universe you might just set in motion.